Hello, friends, and welcome to the Looli News for Tuesday, December 16th. We've got a full Newsday for your Tuesday with 3 full headlines to dive into, so let's hop to it, shall we? Our first headline says, gut discovery could change how we treat obesity and diabetes. Sounds like a big headline, right? Let's dive into it. Researchers at Harvard have identified specific metabolites produced by the gut that appear to influence liver metabolism and insulin signaling in mice. So these small molecules, they travel from the gut to the liver, and they can affect how the body processes both fat and sugar. The study showed that both genetic and diet influenced these metabolites and which ones and how much are produced, with mouse strains, so the types of mice, part of their genetics, naturally producing more of the potentially beneficial compounds, and high-fat diets also altering those levels. So different things like genetics and what you consume can impact those gut metabolites. Now, while this is an exciting step for understanding gut-liver connection potentially, it's important to note that this research is done in mostly mice and lab cells, and scientists don't yet know how to reliably increase these metabolites in humans. So, in other words, it's a mechanism, but there are no immediate diet or supplement strategies that have been leveraged yet. For now, it's more about advancing our understanding of these metabolites rather than actionable. So discovering could change how we treat obesity and diabetes. Yeah, maybe, but not right now. Bit of an overhyped, misleading headline, you might say. Our second headline of the day says, this one kind of shocked me, tanning bed users are at higher risk of skin cancer, especially in unusual places. Now, this did not shock me because tanning beds cause skin cancer. I feel like this is something we know. What shocked me more is that tanning beds are on the rise again. So, indoor tanning is seeing a resurgence among young people, especially on social media platforms like TikTok, where videos of teens and young adults using tanning beds are widely shared. Bananas for all of us that grew up, I feel like, in the early 2000s. Surveys show that in Gen Z, priorities have a tanning over protection for their skin mindset. And some are willing to risk long-term damage for short-term appearance. I remember those days. Dermatologists warn that this trend is particularly concerning given that we now have such knowledge of the risk of tanning beds. And a new study in Science Advances reinforces the dangers, but adds some new important insights. So researchers examined nearly 3,000 tanning bed users and confirmed that they are 3 times more likely to develop melanoma compared to people who were never tanning indoors. The study also quantified dose-dependent risk, so showing that frequent use more dramatically increases melanoma risk, with 200 sessions linked to 8-fold, so 8 times higher chance. That's kind of the new novel part of this. And importantly, genetic analysis has revealed that widespread DNA damage in normal-looking skin, even in young adults, with some women having more mutations than people who are decades older from these tanning beds. So really, these damaging effects can happen, really compressing different years' worth of cellular damage at a time. So these findings provide a mechanistic evidence for how tanning beds accelerate skin cancer risks, and really highlights why the seemingly short-term aesthetic of tanning can have some serious long-term consequences. Like I said, we knew a lot of that, but it's the quantifying and the resurgence. Please, please, please protect your skin, friends. Protect your skin. What I wish I would have told myself back in the day. Now, our last one is a little bit of fun food news. So headline number 3 says McCormick just dropped the name Black Currant as its 2026 flavor of the year. So McCormick has named Black Currant its 2026 flavor, highlighting the berry's sweet, tart taste and versatility in both sweet and savory dishes. So this flavor is set to appear in more pastries, sauces, drinks, and cocktails, reflecting a growing interest in bold, balanced flavors in everyday cooking and dining. So according to McCormick, their flavor forecast, ooh, that's catchy, Black Currant fits 3 major culinary trends for 2026. Attainable opulence, meaning small indulgences, simple to spectacular, focusing on quality ingredients and technique, and then Sauce from Somewhere, which stands for Global Inspired Sauces and Spreads. I feel like that name was a little bit of a stretch, but what do I know? While this trend is based on market and culinary observation rather than specific scientific research or anything like that, it just signals that home cooks and restaurants might see a more population of blackcurrant products in the coming year, offering fresh and vibrant flavors to experiment with. Be on the lookout, friends. You heard it here first. We'll see if they're right. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Looli News today. If you like the news, be sure that you are subscribed to get our email with news stories, headlines, helpful tips, recipes, all the things that you need to set yourself up for a day of feeling your best. The link is in the description for how to do that. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next one. See you later.